everyone, Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com, and I'm back with another video for you in my series called Flashcards. Today's card is all about the guys, and if you're anything like me, you really struggle with masculine cards. It really forces me to think outside the box. I always want to pull out a flower, but you know what? With the guy cards, I can't. But I found just some great ways to pull in some texture and some beautiful fall colors, and just a great card that I wanted to give my husband. We're going to begin, as we always do, with our flashcard pieces. Today I'm going to be using Very Vanilla and Chocolate Chip. Now listen, if you've not seen the first video that explains flashcards, I just want to encourage you to go over to YouTube and search Connie Stewart Flashcards. It'll be the first video to pop up, and I'll share with you how we use just 2 pieces of cardstock to create a lot of different cards. Now my card base today is in Crumb Cake. I have cut that at 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. So just a standard card size. All right, we're actually going to begin with our flashcard pieces. And to give my leaves and things some great texture, I'm going to come in with a Stampin Spritzer. This just has water in it. And I'm just going to spritz both sides of actually both of these pieces of paper. So you're going to spritz both of those, and you're just going to crinkle it up. I'm telling you what, you can take all your aggression out. You know, the puppy is potted on the floor for the umpteenth time. Just take it out on this little piece of paper instead of his little head. Okay, so we've got our cardstock. It's all crumbled. As I said, you're going to do the same thing with the chocolate chip piece. And when they're done, they're going to look like this. Now, at this point, we are going to let them dry. You can come in, if you'd like to, with a heat tool and heat set it if you're in a real hurry. But you know what? I've already done these in advance. They're good and dry. So let me set those off to the side while I work on my card base. One of the stamp sets I'm going to be using today is called Gorgeous Grunge. Oh, it is perfect for masculine sets. I love this one. I also call it the Law and Order SVU stamp set. But we're going to be using a couple stamps from this one. And then the sentiment I'm going to use is actually from a stamp set called From My Heart. I'd rather do nothing with you than something with anyone else. But you feel free to use whatever sentiment you'd like. I'm going to come in with the Early Espresso ink pad, and I'm going to ink up my sentiment. And I'm just going to stamp it in the bottom left-hand corner of my card. All right. Now I'm going to come in with that, the little line stamp from Gorgeous Grunge. And I'm just going to stamp it there off the side. And then I'm going to do it again up here on the top. I'm now going to come in with the speckle stamp from Gorgeous Grunge. Now stop right here. I have learned a little something with this little speckle stamp. Even though you may be tempted to really ink it up, you want to just barely kiss it with your ink pad. Otherwise, you could get ink everywhere. It's a very delicate little stamp. So we're just going to ink that up. Like I said, just giving it just a little kiss. See that? Yep, I'm telling you what, it doesn't take much. Okay, so we've given that some kissing. Because every mail card needs a little kissing, don't you think? Okay, I've got that all ready. So I'm going to set this off to the side, and it is time to come in and work with our dried pieces here. So to do that, Autumn Accents Big Shot die is to the rescue. I'm going to start with my Very Vanilla piece, and I want to get this big maple leaf. But you can see there's no way I'm going to be able to get that whole leaf with that one piece of paper. So I'm not worried about this bottom part. So if you'll just make sure that the cardstock is covering that top little point there, we're going to be good to go. This chocolate chip piece, we want these 2 leaves here. And I'm just going to lay that one right on top. Yes, we can run those through at the same time. Sandwiched between cutting plates, and you're going to run that through your Big Shot. And when you do, we're going to have some pieces like this. So let me go ahead and show you how we're going to make this very ugly little piece of paper gorgeous. I'm going to come in with a crushed curry ink pad and a stamping sponge. And you're just going to come in and ink the center of that leaf. Just like so. Okay. Now I'm going to come in with the Cajun Craze ink pad and another Stampin' Sponge, and I'm going to start very lightly kind of on these edges because I want to kind of blend. And once we got that, then we can come in and really kind of start to blend these colors together. You can see just picking up all the great texture in that crinkled paper. It's just beautiful. Now, one last thing, and that is coming in back in with the early espresso. So what I'm going to do here is just come in and give the edges just a little bit of that brown accent, and just kind of give it some little touches just to kind of tie that in. What do you think? Really pretty, huh? Okay, well, now that we've got that done, let's come in with these leaves that we cut out, and I'm going to go ahead and sponge those with the early espresso ink also, just to give it some little extra texture. Okay, well, let's go ahead and bring in our card, and we're ready to put everything together. I'm going to use some snail adhesive. Now, you do need to go a little heavy with the adhesive because of the texture that's on this leaf. And you can see I'm just lining up that cut edge with the edge of my paper, or the edge of the card, I should say. So that's pretty easy. Let's go ahead and add this leaf here. And you know what? I'm going to tuck that little bit under. I just don't need the little stem showing. And we're going to put that, let's go about right there. And okay, well, we're going to try that again because I didn't get enough adhesive on there. Oh, I bet it's that little piece. We'll just get that out of the way. All right, now we're good to go. It's sticking now. And let me show you then, I'm going to add a little piece of burlap. And this is our Oh So Fabulous burlap ribbon. Check this out. I cut off about 4 inches of this burlap ribbon, and you can, I think you can see, it's got some stitching here on the side. But watch this. I'm just going to give it a little pull. Look at that stitching. Just come right off. Oh my gosh, we're going to do it to the other side. Check it out. And now I've got this really great kind of frayed edge. I'm going to take these 2 pieces and I'm just going to tighten a knot. And so that's going to be a little accent piece for me. I can trim that down. And then this piece here, we're just going to give it just a simple little V-cut. And when it's all done, it's going to look like this. Now, I'm just going to put some adhesive right down my card. And I'm going to adhere that on there. It's going to stay perfectly. Oh, love it. Now, let's go ahead and add that one last leaf. But I'm going to do that, and I'm going to bring in the Designer Naturals buttons. And I'm going to take one of these great big guys and one of these little bitty guys. And what I'm going to do is take a mini glue dot, and I've taken that little, the little scrap pieces, the little edges, and I put that and trimmed it down. So I have that. Let me take a mini glue dot right here. Whoops, I'm going to put it on this side. Tear that off just because I don't want it. And I'm going to attach that to my button. Now let's get a couple more mini glue dots on the button here to adhere that to my card. And there we go. And I can give any of these little corners of the leaves a lift. This little guy here, well, just now I was using, when I was pulling on that, I got these little extra pieces of the burlap. And we can just bring that through. And we're just going to tie that over. Very easy, right? We don't waste anything around here, do we? Just like that. Let's take another mini glue dot. Attach that onto the card. Come in with my ribbon scissors, and voila. You know what? Let's do one more thing. Let's just take any extra ink from that early espresso that's on my sponge, and we're just going to kind of muddy up. Look at that. I can put just a little bit on that burlap and give it just a little extra texture. And we have it. What do you think? Oh, I love it. I love that gorgeous color that's coming out there. It's a little messy, but I don't know. I think it's worth it, and I hope my husband agrees. So there's, you can see a little bit softer version. This one came out a little bit deeper, but that's all there is to it. Fabulous masculine cards and done in a flash. We love that, don't we? Well, listen, everything you need to create today's card, you can find that at simplysimplestamping.com. Guess what else you can find there? You can find flashcard kits to go. Everything you need, everything's cut, scored, your cards are scored and ready, everything for you. And all of those are available with one simple click at simplysimplestamping.com. Well, guys, thanks so much for tuning in to today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's card, and it's one that you plan on creating this fall as well. Have a terrific day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.